Well, good morning, Great Lakes region weather fanatics. We do have a potential for some severe weather today in Illinois, especially, and also parts of western Indiana and southern Wisconsin. So I do want to go over that really quickly. We do have an SPC low end marginal risk here in place for Illinois, southern Wisconsin, and western Indiana there, and then a hazard for tornadoes there, stretching from southern Wisconsin all the way through pretty much the entire part of north central and northwestern Illinois there. And that's the only area we're really concerned about for tornadoes today out there in Illinois. And then for the wind and hail, again, that's going to be a risk pretty much for the entire state of Illinois, extreme southern Wisconsin, and also western Indiana. Same thing goes for the wind and hail outlooks. They remain pretty much identical to each other. Here's your hail, and there's your hail, and there's your wind. So pretty much identical risks there. But as far as timing goes and everything like that, we're looking at some showers and storms developing off to the west today. Through the afternoon, probably late afternoon, 4 5 p.m. local time out there. Looking at all hazards possible when these storms first fire up. Again, it's a very low chance today for any tornadic activity, although the chances there, nothing too concerning for that, in our opinion here. But we do have to keep an eye on it just because some ingredients are there. But that line will push through the area through the evening hours and reach across that portion of northern Illinois, but it's likely going to start dying out as it gets towards Indiana and Michigan. So most of the area is going to be concentrated here in northwestern Illinois and maybe extreme southern Wisconsin. I think that's going to be the only real area of concern where that SPC is highlighting that 2% tornado risk. I think that's actually your best corridor for severe weather in general, where that green out or that green contour is between here, between basically just west of Chicago, all the way basically to Davenport, Iowa, and down towards St. Louis. But those are your main areas of concern for severe weather today. And then as far as timing goes, again, that's going to be late afternoon. I think the best hazard or the best timing for tornadoes would probably be late evening, probably 4 to 7 p.m. And then as this line pushes east, further eastward, Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan, again, a low chance we could see some severe hail with these storms. But again, no wind or hail is expected just because when we look at our surface instability, it kind of dissipates here. We see a good surge right here into Michigan, even into Western Ohio there. But notice these greens and blue colors out there. That's your highest instability. Okay. That's where we're most concerned for severe weather. But as evening goes on, it just completely dies out further east you go. We have no real support here, either thermodynamically or upper level dynamics to kind of support the severe threat that continues eastward. So again, pretty localized threat today, but it is a threat. It is a threat nonetheless. So if anything does happen to go severe out there, Illinois, Indiana, or Wisconsin, we'll have it live, more than likely here on the page for you guys to tune in and watch. But again, if you are in Ohio and Michigan, your risk is pretty much nothing today in terms of severe weather. And if it does go severe for those areas, it'll most likely be for large hail. As far as timing goes for other areas, it's going to cross Illinois into Indiana and western Michigan overnight toward midnight. It'll slowly move eastward across Michigan into Ohio late morning hours, so like 9 a.m., 10 a.m. local time there as well. So with that being said, a pretty low end severe threat today, but I did want to go live here and cover it just because it is a threat nonetheless. The SPC does have a marginal risk, which is level 1 out of 5, so a pretty low end risk, but the risk is there for tornadoes the further west you go into Illinois. So keep an eye on that as the evening goes on. We'll be live if need be, and I do not think we have chasers chasing today, but again, we'll be here on radar watching areas that need to take shelter, stuff like that. So with that being said, guys, stay safe. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask. I'll get back to you in the comment section. Thanks, guys.